I do invite you to just take a deep breath, to connect with your center, with your intuition, with your higher self, and to trust that center to let you know if this is indeed your reading or not. All right, let's get into it. I want to start by seeing what the situation around you is. We have Dear John, something about a cold, hard truth. Wow, we have the Phoenix coming through. And then we have Heart and Home. Okay. Phoenix is a very powerful energy, all about rebirth, about burning to the ground and being reborn from those ashes. Can be a very challenging energy to sit with, which is what you're being asked to do in this moment. Yeah, we have Cabin coming out, so you can see this is like an isolated space to withdraw, to explore. We have Microphone as well. And then we have Changing. So something around this current situation, it's in this state of flux. It's in this state of movement. It says in the situation at the moment, anything could happen. I'm also being drawn to the end is just the beginning. And with the Heart and Home card here, I'll take that twofold. One is that the situation is unfolding around like your sense of home, what that means to you, what it means to feel safe in your home, what it means to feel completely comfortable to let go and be yourself. And maybe the old wounds that you have around home, around the heart space. I can feel there's definitely a lot going on in the heart space right now that's calling to you and asking for your full attention, and that there's maybe a sense of resistance or wanting to avoid that. Let's see what else is coming up, please. We have Airplane, so it could be some kind of travel. It also talks about breaking free, things taking off. We have Tools coming out, and then we have Fireworks as well. So there's going to be some excitement. There's also a lot of heightened emotions at the moment, something to be aware of. So looking at your overall spread with current energies, there's something that you're having difficulty letting go of. It could also be someone. There's this feeling of a very difficult conversation that needs to be had that, you're like avoiding, you're not really sure how to approach. There's maybe a sense of just wanting to isolate, wanting to avoid it, wanting to run away, like get away from everyone in the world, everything in life, and just be completely by yourself. There's this feeling of just wanting to leave it all behind. However, your guides are coming through quite strongly, wanting you to just remember that what you're going through at the moment, it is temporary. That there is a sense of burning off a lot of older parts of yourself. This could be old beliefs, old coping methods, and sort of having to come face to face with the resistance of certain energies around you, within you, that are no longer serving you. It's time for them to be burnt away. But often the parts of ourselves that need to die and be burnt away, they don't necessarily go without kicking up a bit of a fuss, without putting up a bit of a fight. And then part of that deep self-compassion and that deep understanding of healing and growth is to actually make space for that part to yell and scream and make itself heard, right? We have the Microphone coming through here. It's all about speaking up, about expressing, about making something known. And I'm taking that card as the parts of you that coming from, like a deep soul place, also higher guidance. All of this is screaming out to you, wanting to make itself known, wanting you to listen, and then also wanting to find expression through you in order to be able to fully be released. The tools card coming up here, I'm getting that you have all of the tools, you have the knowledge necessary to actually do all of this. And it's more a matter of just like giving yourself the space, the time, the grace to actually go through the process of doing it, of actually applying the tools. I'm hearing that you've probably spent a good amount of time and effort into deep diving into different modes or methods of healing, of dealing with these sides of ourselves as we grow, as we develop spiritually, that you actually have a lot of knowledge that you've put in the effort to understand. And now it's the opportunity to actually put what you've learned into practice. And that firstly, it will help you understand everything that you've learned theoretically in a direct experience manner, which is what you came here to do, right? The reason why you're not just a spirit, that you're actually a human being having this embodied experience, is because there's something for you to learn, something that your soul wants to understand by having that experience. So there's some aspect of use the tools that you have, but also like fully be with this physical embodied experience that you're having, including all of the pain and discomfort that might come up. That definitely definitely is coming up. Yeah, use your tools. You have really strong capacity to actually do this. It is about connecting with the divine masculine within yourself too, of like actually taking action and being quite like practical and logical about your approach to all of this like chaotic emotion that might be coming up. We have fireworks coming out along with heart and home. So I do want to explore that a bit, pull a few more cards on what exactly is going around your heart and home, and your sense of security, your sense of belonging. With the change card coming out, it seems like the stability around that is all up in the air at the moment. I've got 1111 on the timer, so that's, I'm going to take that as a very good omen that there's new beginnings, there's new changes coming, and then that will probably be reflected in your living conditions. And with fireworks, there's excitement, there's celebration, there's joy, also heightened emotions as you go through this. Most likely you could be moving very soon, and if it's not an actual physical move, it's like there'll be changes within the actual household. It could be as simple as moving some of the furniture around, or maybe it's new bed sheets, something like that, that may not seem like much, but has an impact on an energetic level. It's like something needs to shift, right, in your home space. And then maybe in your panic, in your, which fair enough to freak out when our foundations are shifting, but it's like in your panic, what you're holding onto might be something that's actually very stagnant and stale. There's like very blocked energy that's wanting to move. And as you're going through those internal shifts, they will also be reflected externally. And if you're having difficulty letting go, it might be easier to take that first step in the physical realm rather than on that spiritual energetic level. Could be sort of donating some things that you've been meaning to get rid of for a while, that all these objects carry energy with them, right? And then if they're not being moved, if they're not being used, that energy can become stagnant very quickly. So yes, there's something of like, I'm seeing almost a little girl, she's very upset, she's crying, and she's trying so hard to hold on to this place or this object that once represented home and safety to her. But it's like what she's holding on to is ashes. It's already been burnt, it's already dissolved. So there's an illusion that she's now holding on to that she's just not ready to let go. And she needs a lot of kindness, she needs a lot of support, she needs a lot of love to be able to navigate this transition, to let go of these ashes so that she can allow space for something actually substantial to come in. I hope that makes sense, and I trust that whoever's here listening to this, then it is for you, and that it's making sense to you and it's resonating. Okay, so I want to get a bit, first we'll pull some cards on just general advice for this period, and then I want to pull some cards on what's coming, right? As you're going through this transition, letting go of things, what is coming after that. So first card out, we do have the Broken Vase. And so that's also 5 of Pentacles energy with 5 of Taurus. You might have Taurus placements as well, and especially for earth signs, but all of them, particularly Taurus, it can be really challenging as soon as there's any changes around the home. I'm a Taurus moon, and so we're very dependent on that kind of stability, sometimes to a fault, right? When that quality comes out in its shadow manifestation. It can be a tendency to stay in places, relationships, jobs, homes for longer than we should. So the card that's come out with Broken Vase, there's grief here. There's some kind of trial that you're experiencing. Just below grief, it also says opportunity. Yeah, there needs to be like a crazy amount of self-compassion through this. A little bit of, there's like 1 step forward, 2 steps back. With the situation you're dealing with, it's not going to be like a straightforward, oh, like I did the work, I fixed it, I'm done. It's going to be a little bit cyclical in nature. It's going to be like step by step. It's going to look very messy and chaotic and feel like you're getting nowhere while you're in it. But that's just because you're in the storm, you're in the chaos, so you're unable to see clearly. So there's a bit of just needing to almost like hold on. One of those, some moments it's about getting through rather than getting over or like winning. Sometimes it's just about holding on and yeah, like making it through that period. So there might be a bit of that. That's come through with oak trees. So this is like something permanent, something very enduring, something very stable and deeply rooted. So firstly, it's like as you're going through this moment while your foundations are being shaken and you can't seem to find like a safe place to land, it's a very strong invitation to develop your own solid roots and solid foundation that aren't dependent on the external world, about really connecting to source. Okay, so I want to be really careful with this. I feel like you might be hearing that and then it's defaulting to this like knee-jerk reaction of, oh yeah, like I don't want to depend on anyone, I don't trust anyone, I don't trust anything, I can only trust myself. That's not what this means. Okay, what this means is like, it's actually the opposite. Rather than isolating yourself further, what you're doing is connecting to like an infinite source of being rooted within you. That, yeah, it's about connection, leaning deeper into connection, not leaning into isolation, even though isolation might be the way into that. I'm not sure that I've explained that correctly. I hope that it's landing how it needs to. But I do feel called to just share the story of, I don't remember her name, but it's this nun who went into deep meditation in isolation for like a crazy amount of time, something like, I don't know, I want to say 20 years, like her lifetime. And she's just in this tiny cabin with a little window where people were like bringing her food. And then in this video, it's like she's coming out for the first time and they're like greeting her. And she's just, she's tiny, she looks very frail, but she's just vibrating with total divine love. And then she speaks about all of her years of isolation in meditation. What she really connected to was pure love for all sentient beings, for that deep sense of compassion. So she was able to connect fully with all people while isolated. She didn't come out of that period of isolation more separate from everyone. So it's not saying like, oh, go off to a cabin and get away from everyone, get away from society. It's not saying that, but just something in connecting to source and grounding is coming up here to build something that's actually enduring, rather than holding onto something desperately that seems enduring but isn't actually. So more advice, what do we have? You've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. You need to alleviate that burden. Look at this. Feeling very burdened. Feeling like you can't step up to the responsibilities that you have. What other advice do we have, please? Oh, wow. Oh, I just got chills. This card's coming up a bit at the moment. We have the Peace Rose that has come through. So you can see here it says like hope. It's also a message from someone who's passed, right? It could be like a friend, someone who cares about you very, very, very much is coming through. There's reassurance that things will be balanced. If there's some kind of injustice that has played out here, that you don't need to worry about making that right, that the universe is going to straighten that out in due course. And we've got within a few weeks here, so around that situation there could be development within a few weeks of the truth coming out, of justice being served, something along those lines of like things being rebalanced, coming back into balance. We've got the Diamond here as well, underweight of the world. Damn. Look at that visual. I'm getting chills as well. So in this row, which has also come on top of the Dear John card, this one is about, like needing to maybe cut ties or walk away from something that no longer serves. You've got all of this pressure and burden, and then what's the unconscious force at the bottom that's playing out is the Diamond. That's not like carbon, right? With enough pressure becomes diamond. Correct me if I'm wrong. And here it says invincible spiritual power, multidimensional faithfulness, brilliance, commitment, creative force. So whatever you're going through at the moment, especially whatever feels like it's putting so much pressure on you that you can barely breathe, just trust that some part of you is being developed at the moment so that you can reach your full potential of invincible spiritual power, as strong and as clear and as cutting through the BS as diamond. That's the capacity that you're currently developing. You're being invited to surrender as well with the cross here. And then I'm hearing looking beneath the surface and writing. You might be someone who's had a practice of writing in the past that you haven't been doing as much recently. And for you, writing, like flow of consciousness writing, morning pages, anything like that you've done before, or if you haven't, definitely look into it. It would be a very powerful portal into understanding, right, the deeper mechanisms of what is unfolding right now for you. And whatever you're building out of the rubble, as everything kind of falls apart, whatever's being built from those ashes, from that destruction, from that release, is something that's very permanent and very enduring and very stable. So what's coming? What is this new thing that's being birthed? Or who are you stepping into? What is this next chapter, please? Oh, wow. Okay, this is like from a different deck that's kind of just slipped in here. And I haven't gotten around to moving it back yet. But it's a white feather. So I kind of take it as extra special now when it comes out. So yeah, that card's about miracles. It's about you are protected. If you're asking for a sign, that is such a strong sign. Like it's okay to forgive. You're going to find freedom and sort of reconciliation from the situation very soon. This is like divinely guided. This is divinely protected. You are divinely protected. If that card's come out now for what's coming next, like, get excited. That's so nice. So what else is coming in this next chapter, please? What else is coming in this next chapter? We have Pioneer. Wow. So you're really going to be like, going where no one has gone before in a certain arena. We have fine print as well. So there's some kind of like deep dive. There's some kind of like, look at the details of what's happening. Do be careful. Don't be rough about it. Be very like detail oriented with whatever you're working on building next. Telephone. Okay, under Miracles, a white feather card, we have the telephone card. So that's some kind of connection, some kind of communication that's coming in. We've got throat chakra as well, and we've got inner voice. Ooh, you are about to be so connected with that inner voice, which was the main theme of this reading, with the truth and divine wisdom card coming from the chakra oracle. Both of those cards are about like connecting with your inner truth. The truth card also talks about if you've absorbed or taken on external beliefs or someone else's truth and then placed their perspective above your own, right? You've given that other perspective too much power and it's drowned out your own truth, which is just as valid as other people's. Obviously, we need to live with other people, so we need to find middle ground. But out of everyone in this world, you are the one who has your particular perspective and has your own unique experience. So no one else is going to understand or believe that experience and that perspective as much as you. So you as a being, as an individual, have a responsibility to honor what is coming from your soul and what is coming from deep within. You have that responsibility to create a space to be able to hear that within you and to stand up for who that is, for what that is. So this next chapter definitely is like you stepping in to owning that full power, to giving credit to your own like perception, to your own point of view, to your own point of view, rather than relying too much on other people's point of views or like needing anyone else to validate your own truth. It's like no longer waiting for permission, right? Having the audacity to like be authentic. So happening soon. Okay, we do have Black Widow coming out, so there's some toxicity around. This is lower vibration, unexpected attack. I'm gonna get some more cards on that, please. So this is for what's coming next. That's a lot of cards. Are we taking all of them? Okay, we'll take all of them. So we do have rubber bands, something that's overextended. We have the eclipse. I don't know if there's an eclipse coming up soon, but I'm getting that card a lot at the moment. So that that can create some potent energy with the eclipse for healing, for transforming. We have scuba diver, so going deep within. There's birdcage here, something like a bit possessive, bodybuilder, childhood, likely. All right, so this looks like it's talking about some kind of connection that might be coming in. It would be with someone who's like quite well presented, who maybe wears suits for work, or at least like they take a lot of pride in their appearance. They might be someone who goes to the gym a lot, like this bodybuilder here. So someone like who has a lot of discipline, and you would see it in their physical body. And that it could be someone that you knew from childhood, or something of the nature of this connection. It's really going to be awakening both of your inner child and possibly like the wounded aspect, because we have the Black Widow, which does talk about toxicity. It talks about toxic relationships as well. It's nothing to like be concerned about if the reading, if the cards are showing this as something that is coming. There's good reason, right? It's almost like it's good that you would be possessed. I wanted to say prepared. So there's something possessive, like it could activate in you a real possessiveness that you need to look at, or it could be someone coming into your life who's going to be very possessive. Probably both ways. It's like yeah, be careful, beware. There's this feeling of getting trapped. I feel like this has gone in like another direction. To be honest, I thought usually how it goes, like what's coming next when you're going through like a phoenix period, next is like a lot of like joy and happiness and breakthroughs, which we are seeing that as well. You're getting communication, you've got like the white feather thing, you've got pioneer, but then Black Widows also come out. Then we have friends, friendship, togetherness. Oh, yeah, like I don't really, what is this toxic relationship about? We've got perfect timing, wish grab, making decisions. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just here to present what's coming through the cards, just to pass on the message, right? So I guess I don't get to censor that, even if it's maybe not what I wanted to share. Most likely, whatever you're learning during this very challenging period, like the wounds that are coming up, the internal chaos that's coming up, the pressure, all of that, you're going to be putting into practice the tools that you've picked up, and then the universe will be presenting you with an opportunity to practice everything that you've learned in a connection with someone else that will bring up a lot of toxic qualities in both of you. And through that, you'll have the opportunity to go deeper into, like what within yourself is still calling those kinds of relationships in. Something about that dynamic. It could be the drama, it could be the excitement, it could be the passion, it could be safety within conflict. And then we have the gavel, which is about conviction. It's about decisions made. And then we also have the rainbow cards, so wish granted. And then perfect timing as well. It also says prosperity, wealth. But yeah, there's going to be some kind of decision that will need to be made, that will need to come from you. It's looking like a bit of like a theme of what's being tested at the moment is whether or not you trust your own judgment, and whether or not you trust what's coming forth from within you, or if you need someone else to validate it, or if someone else offers another perspective, you automatically taking on what they believe as more righteous or more correct than your own perspective. There's something within that where it's like you're currently being tested on that, you're going to be tested more on that, and it will carry on until you finally decide to face that part of yourself. Dying. Broken heart. Cool. Well, true. Chocolate. Little message note. I don't feel like I'm offering like clarity. I feel like this is a really harsh reading of just like, oh, like you're struggling now, there's more struggle to come. But the theme of this is truth. And we had the diamond card. So all of the trials that you're going through, they are absolutely happening for you, not to you. You are stronger than you know. You are stronger than you know. Oh my gosh, you're so strong. This is intense. Right, we'll finish off the reading with an intuition card. Just as an overall message, please, from the angels. Thank you. We've had 2 cards come out. I love this. This is the reputable. I live my life as if my guardian angels are watching over me. So that's reassurance. Your guardian angels are watching over you. You are so well protected as you go through this. And then we have the partners. I keep my word and put my partnership first in all ways. Sometimes true partnership is about showing up fully as yourself, right? And not being lost in the other person. If only the other party's truth was valid, then there's nothing in the partnership. They would be fine just on their own, right? Partnership is yin and yang, it's duality, it's having 2 points of view that meld together to show a more, I don't know if contained truth, a more elaborate truth, to show more sides of the situation, a more well-rounded truth. Yeah, look, just might seem contradicting, but it's like spend time alone and go inwards, but don't isolate, connect. A lot of challenges around connecting with the other, and then those challenges, that's the juice. That is the juice of what your soul came here for. Okay. Love and light to you. You're doing amazing. Until next time. Love.